Om Shrutismriti-Purāṇānaṁ Ālayam Karuṇālayam Namāmi Bhagavat-Pādam Shankaram Loka-Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vātarayanam Sutrabhashya-Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्यवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Namaste all of you. We are studying Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad and we are in the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad kārikā. Kārikā is important to know the entire vision of the verses of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. And we are in the second portion of the kārikā, second section, Vaidhatya Prakaranam, where miscognition about the supreme reality among the people without knowing the reality, and they concluded what they got, the vision, that will be the supreme reality. Even Adi Shankara, the commentator of 10 Upanishad, the main pillar of the traditional teachers, he always say, Shrudimatas Tarkānusandhidam. Tarka means logic, yukti. We are all equipped with the logics to arrive into a correct conclusion or to find out a solution. Logics are important, Logics are helpful to communicate with the people or to convey the message, what you want, or to solve a problem. Everything, it is helpful if we are a person who have some logic in the mind, and we are all equipped with that, But logic, mere logic will not help the person to know the reality. Logic has some limitations. That is why Adi Shankara, the commentator, told in one of his prime verses, Shruti Matas Tarkānusandhiyadam. The logics should be in tune or harmony with the verses of the passages or the text presented in Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita. I am not getting into a discussion regarding logic. but I want you to an overall vision regarding logic. And in a right portion, I will explain you what are the limitations of the logic and why Shankara told the logic should be in harmony and in tune with the verses, or the logic should be applied according to the meaning of the verses in the Upanishads or Bhagavad Gita. So, by logic, group of people, even though they are best thinkers among in the world, they were sages, they were meditators, just they applied the logic in order to see the Lord and the world. So logic gave them some vision which are partial, limited. That vision is not complete about the supreme reality. That is why Gaudapada Acharya, in his second section of kārikā, he lists all the details. All the details, on the time of his era, people misconcluded about the supreme reality and they misled the followers that this is the reality. Vedas talks about all things in the universe. Nothing is left out. Vedas talks about the stars. Vedas talks about medicines. Vedas talks about engineering faculties. Vedas talks about planets. Vedas talks about everything. That is why commitment towards the first portion of Vedas, it will not be enough a human life. It talks about the scriptures, sculpture, how to do an artistic work on a timber. It talks about planes. It's talked about the benefits, how to make some benefits from the gravitational force. Everything is included in the first portion of Vedas. So, a lot of people concluded those statements which are told in the first portion of Vedas are the supreme reality. They can be the supreme reality as the base of the creation of the universe. We were discussing till the last class, and the discussion will continue, that people concluded, even they are not ordinary people, the wise, they concluded that supreme reality is something other than what it is. They didn't get the idea about the supreme reality because they didn't enter into the portion of Vedanta or the portion of knowledge, but they got some idea and through logic they fix it that this is the reality. There are set of books called Puranas in our tradition, Purana. Each and every Purana talks about different deities. That doesn't mean that these deities are the supreme reality behind the creation of the universe. Deities are the incarnation of the supreme reality. That incarnation never becomes the real truth of the creation. Really, that is what we discussed in the last class. Murtam Amurtam. People believe incarnations are the supreme realities. If I can say 99% of the people believe a deity which is inside the temple or in the mosque or in the church is the supreme reality. It can be Allah, it can be Jesus, it can be Lord Shiva. This is not true. And this is only a pending understanding regarding the reality. Other believers, apart from the Hindu religion, believe some other things also. Like, there are people who only believe in Buddhism and his doctrines are their main fundamental book and the vision to be carried through the entire life. There are some other people who believe the person who gave some insight regarding the truth. In different countries, different glorious people will be there. But they are all talking about the partial vision of the reality. If you analyze the entire world, their creator will have a name and form. When we talk about the name and form is mithya. Mithya means illusion. Our reality regarding the creator is a formless consciousness, which is the unlimited and also eternal and also the origination of all happiness. For some religion, the creator is going through a lot of pain. Burden of the cross, and also for the sake of humanity, somebody died, Those type of beliefs are there. All these beliefs are pending understanding or partial vision regarding the truth. We cannot completely deny because everything becoming Brahman. No one is excluded from Brahman. Everything what you believe is Brahman only. But in reality, Brahman is not the characteristics with what you believe. Brahman have different characteristics. Unlimited, formless, eternal, the mass consciousness, which is the origin of all happiness, eternal happiness, unlimited happiness. There is no pain, there is no suffering, there is no grief when you know the unlimited Brahman. But people misconcluded that incarnations are the supreme realities all around the world. That is why names and forms are being kept inside a building, and it will be named as a temple or a mosque or a church, etc., etc. Wherever there is name and form, it's only a partial vision, a pending understanding. From there, you should come out of that, Mostly the people believe all these things are the real creator behind the universe. And he already mentioned, Gaudapada already mentioned in the last class, which we already studied. Amurtam is also there. The believers of Buddhism, one group of people who believe in Buddhism, believes that from the emptiness, everything came out, which is an utter false, Nothing can be made from emptiness. If you want one cup of tea, you need tea bag. If you use milk in India, tea means it's with milk and water, not like the story outside the country. And the tea have different varieties, cardamom tea, masala tea, ginger tea, tulsi tea, basil tea. You cannot make a tea from with the empty hands, or from the atmosphere you cannot bring a tea. No creation happens from the emptiness. You need water, you need tea leaves, you need milk. If you use milk, you need sugar, you need the material which you are going to make the tea. All these things you need in order to make the tea. From the emptiness, you cannot make anything. It is a simple logic. Anything need a material in order to make a product. Rubber is the material to make a tire for the vehicle. In order to make a proper dish, you need all kinds of ingredients. That will be the root cause for the superficial dish. And all these things keeping inside the mind, Gaudapada Acharya told, nothing can come out from the emptiness. So the people who believe the entire creation came from emptiness, they are also being quoted, Amurtam idija tat vidaha. We saw in the last class. Now we will go more people who are foolishing their followers, who are making fools on the followers. They were even now here, right in front of us in the world or universe. These verses are relevant who believe in a name and form as the God, as the deity or the Lord of creation. It's an utter false. No name and form can be secure you. We have to come out of that shell, As long as we are in a baby in the poultry farm, we go inside the shell and watch the world. Once you are grown up, you have to break the shell of the rules and beliefs of the world and society, and you should come out as a grown chicken. We are always inside the shell. We believe what they say. We believe and follow the group of people. Thus, every era, there will be people who are foolishing us, who make fool of us. And here is also somebody, they are meditators, they are sages, but their vision regarding the supreme reality was false. That is being told again here in this verse also. I will read and I will give you the explanation. Kalaha iti kala vitaha, dishaha iti ja tadvitaha, vadaha iti ja vadavitaha, bhuvanani iti ja tadvitaha. Verse number 24, second section of the Gaudapada kārikā. This kārikā is important while studying the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Traditional teachers use this kārikā in order to assimilate the knowledge which is presented by the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. So it is called Māṇḍūkya kārikā or Gaudapada kārikā. Both are okay. So this is the 24th verse of the second portion. Once again, I will read. Kalaha idija kala vitaha, dishaha idija tadvitaha, vataha idija vada vitaha, bhuvanani idija tadvitaha. The supreme reality for the cause of creation. Jakata srishti karanam kalaha iti manyante Jyotishaha. Kalaha. The time, 1900, 1800, 1700, 100 years, and come to the BC, and the BC 100, BC 2000, BC 500. This is called Kalaha, the time. Because the time being there, the entire Srishti happened. They believe that. Kala is the prime factor for the creation. Kala means time. Without Kala, there is no creation of anything. Who believes that? Astronomers. Those who believe in astrology. Those who believe that time is everything. And also they justify their thought or belief or logic with the help of Bhagavad Gita and Atharva Veda. In Bhagavad Gita, it is told, Kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravruddha. I am in the form of time which destroy, which make everything destructed. I am in the form of time. In practical, in our daily life, we also get completely tired by one after another age. This is called growth. Growth towards the death or destruction, Every year we are growing. According to the growth, our body will change, metamorphosis will takes effect. And we slowly get tired. We are not like the people who were young. Our organs are already deteriorated and we are weak now. So the time will make the person healthier, and after that, from there, they will make the person weak. Time is everything. A group of people, if I can say astrologers, and the astrology is a science which helps us to understand our own karma phala. Whatever things we have done in the previous life, and when it will take effect in this life. A committed study will make you to understand regarding the planets. No planets harms you. You need not to worry about any planet, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Nobody will cause harm. Planets are not the culprits to make you painful or grieve. The signs make you to study. When the Mars is in this position, there will be a result for your life. When the Venus is in this position, you will get this type of experience. When the Jupiter is in this position, you will get in this type of experiences. That doesn't mean that you are blaming on these planets. Planets are not the culprits for your disaster happened in your life. They just forecast that your karma pala karma pala is going to happen like this. By their placement in the space, the astrologer can imagine what is going to happen in one's life. But it's only a science where the science will give you some predictions regarding the placement of the planets. So, astrology is a big science. but nothing to do with the planets. They are not harmful. Planets are the part of the study of one's own destiny. By looking at the planet's position or planetary position, one can assume or imagine these things can happen. So, I don't believe completely in astrology after coming to Vedanta. Astrology will give a vision regarding what is going to happen, and it can be removed by your own will. Astrology is not something definitely it will happen. There are possibilities, there are chances to happen like this. Suppose your prayers are more effective, more strength, more powerful. It will remove all kinds of worst experiences in your life. Because prarabdha can be taken care of by the prayashchitta karma, neutralizing actions. Even though the astrology predicts certain things regarding oneself, it can be taken care of by the application of neutralizing actions like prayers, meditations, or some other things. You consult with a proper guru, not with the astrologer. They will guide you. So astrology doesn't have any role for this spiritual seeker. It will also fall under the realm of anatma or the empirical group. We are talking about something beyond the creation, and that will not have any effect by the astrology. So astrological people, astrologists believes that kalaha iti kalavidaha. The entire creation is centered on Kala, and Kala is the cause or the mass product, cause for the product like Jagat. So Kala is the cause. This is the logic behind the people who believe Kala is the essential cause for the entire Jagat. This is one group of people who believe in astrology, or they believe astrology, the planets are the main heroes molding one's own character. Planets doesn't have any role in one's own character. They just reveal what is the prarabdha or what is the destiny. You need not to give more importance for astrology once you come to Vedanta. Vedanta is the ultimate studying in order to remove the pain, the grief, and all kinds of doubt regarding oneself and the world. So, astrology will not put any kind of issues in one's own life if you study Vedanta. Kalaha iti kalavidaha, dishaha iti cha tadvidaha. Olden days, there were people, after listening to the voice of birds, wind, the direction of the flow of the wind, or the sound which we listened 3 days before below from the earth or from the mountain. According to that, they decide how the world is going to be, what is the mass, what is the cause for this entire product Jagat. They assume. And they believe that the directions are the ultimate reality for the cause of Jagat. These people are behind the voice of birds, behind the voice happening in the nature, or strange noise from the ocean, anywhere. They just grasp because of their upasana being strong, and they predict or they will see something is going to happen, something which can see for them. But in reality, these things are just partial vision or bending understanding regarding the reality. When you stand in a place and look at the sky, you will get a vision of the sky from where you see them. There is a position. Suppose you are laying down and see the sky, it's a different story. Suppose you are looking with a one eye, it's a different story. Suppose you are looking through keeping the hands in a position, looking towards that, it's a different story. The perception about a thing is depending upon from where you looking from where you are looking them, or according to the position, according to the mindset, according to some other things which are there right in front of the thing what you want to see. All these factors are involved. Similarly, in order to confirm what is the ultimate reality of the universe, they always include certain other things which belongs to the pattern of creation. Those things are only fit in the creation, which are having name and form, which is a product of creation. You cannot take them and you cannot put inside to the place where there is no creation. Ultimate reality is formless. How can you take something which has form and keep along with the ultimate reality, which is utter false? Dishaha idija tadvidaha. Listening to the voice of birds, listening to the voice of ocean, listening to the voice of mountain, people used to predict. And these people says that entire world is centered on this type of predictions which are coming from different directions. This is what Gaudapada Acharya told by Dishaha idija tadvidaha. People confirm that, people assume that directions are the main factors for the creation, for the entire creation. This is also utter false. We know that. We are talking about the reality which will not be there inside the realm of creation. Every name and form is a product of formless Brahman. A base which is formless, which is everywhere, which is the root cause for each and every name and form. So that is been told here. Dishaha idija tadvidaha. The people who believe all these sounds which are occurring from different directions, that will be the most important thing in the creation of the entire Jagat or this universe. Another group of people says that Vadaha idija Vadavidaha. Vadaha. Discussions and arguments will make the person mature and we will arrive at a conclusion about the creation or the base of creation. So discussions and arguments for everything, we say that we can keep a discussion and we will arrive at a conclusion. There are people always, they want to keep a discussion regarding what they are going to do. Even though the things are clear, through discussions and argument, we will arrive at the correct conclusion. Vadaha. People believed on that time. Remember, these people are not ordinary people. They were in the different schools of thoughts. They were great thinkers. They were sages. They were having some understanding regarding the psychology of the human being. They are not ordinary people. That is why they concluded all these sentences. Even though we study all these sentences and we say they are false, it is helpful when you don't know anything regarding the reality. When you don't know anything about the reality and you don't have any idea what is told in the Vedas or Vedanta, then these sentences are helpful. The temperature becoming very cool, the body will try to yawn, no problem. I got a good sleep, still yawning will come, becoming very cool. The whole atmosphere is almost 18 to 16 degree, So here, Vadaha, arguments and discussions will make the person to reach the right point. Vadaha idi Vadavida. A group of anything they want a big discussion and arrive at a correct conclusion. Discussions are possible when the answer is not available. When the answer is so clear, crystal clear, who is the creator? What is the power behind the entire creation? Whether it is eternal or non-eternal, whether it is formless or with form, all these answers are there in the last portion of Veda, what we call Vedanta. These sages or these meditators never tried to know what is told there. And they suggested these types of meditations or these types of conclusion regarding God. That is why it is told here. Vadaha idija vadavidaha. Vada. Discussions or agreements or arguments are when you don't know the right answer, the discussions are possible. When you have studied the last portion of Vedas, there is no scope or room for discussions. So that is why they say discussion. Discussions and arguments are the root cause for the universe. And few people says that Bhuvanani idija tadvita. The different worlds. According to the belief of tradition, Hindu belief, 7 worlds which are higher, 7 worlds which are lower, inferior and superior worlds. According to one's own karma, one will reach to the superior world. According to one's own karma, they will reach to the inferior world. Inferior world is 7 hells. Superior world is 7 divine world, where only good experiences and good people you will meet. But in the inferior world, where the hell is the main world, they say that these are true. And these 7 plus 7 7 into 2, 14 worlds are the main cause or the main pillar of the Jagat Karanam. It is the root cause for the Shrishti, for the creation to happen. Bhulogam, Bhuvarlogam, Suvarlogam, Maharlogam, Janarlogam, Tapologam, Satyalogam. 7 upworlds which are superior. 7 hells are there. Atalam, Vitalam, Sutalam, Talatalam, Rasatalam, Mahatalam, Patalam, etc. etc. 7. These 7 worlds which are superior are for the people who have done some good work and they want the results of the good work, they will reach there because they expect some good result from a noble job. And they reach there and they will enjoy the result of their own action and they will return back. They live for a while and enjoy what they have done here, and the result, when we finish, they come back. And they will take again some birth like frog, worms, flowers, etc., etc. According to the evil deed what they have done, they have to go through that. It's a mixture of evil and good deed, noble deeds. Nobody can be here without doing any worst deed, Even cutting vegetables echo from the vision of Adi Shankara is a wrong deed. Even taking some root like tapioca, potato means you are destroying a plant. When we look into the old ahimsa section, there are some ahimsas. According to that, the person will also deal with the worst deeds. And the people who believe this 7 inferior world below and 7 superior world above are true, and that being so, the creation happens. The people should return to this world. If they do good job, they will reach there and they enjoy for a length. It may be 32,000 years or 64,000 years. You have done a proper ritual. That's all. But the karma pala is big. The result will be very big. We are unaware of the results. That's why we are killing animals, we are eating them. There is a good result when you don't do anything and when you eat something which is like root, leaves, etc., minimum himsa, and you will reach a proper place. Suppose you have eaten something which is not to be eaten, like the animals, birds, fishes, etc. You have to go through the same pain, so you will be admitted inside the inferior, one of the inferior worlds, according to your own karma. Thus, people believe that the supreme reality is born out of what they born out of Bhuvanani iticha tadvidah. From the Bhuvanas, from the world of inferior and superior, the entire world came into being, or the entire creation came into being. Now, this is the meaning of this verse 24. Kalaha itija kalavidaha. Astronomers believe that time is everything for the cause of entire creation. Other group of people believe that dishaha itija tadvidaha. Swaradi anuvidaha. Those people who can rely on the sounds and they predict certain things which are accurate, They listen some sound from the world or from this bird, they 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 predict certain things and it becomes true. So these people says that what is being pointed out by us, the prediction regarding the sound of everything, is the cause for the Jagat. Now, Kalaha idija Vadaha itija vadavidaha. Argument and discussions are the root cause for the creation or the empirical dealings. The whole creation happened due to the creation and discussion. And the next verse, Bhuvanani, next line, Bhuvanani itija tadvidaha. Bhuvanani, 17 inferior world plus 17 superior world will become the creator for the entire universe. Few people believes that. If you ask them, from where did you get this knowledge? From the Puranas. They make the things possible. Puranas are talking about different lords having the ownership on this world. You given up all these deities and you chosen this Kala is everything. So there are mistakes regarding the thinkers itself. Fine. Anyway, now we will go to the next verse. Verse number 25. Manaha iti cha manovidaha, buddhihi iti cha tadvidaha, chittam iti cha chittavidaha, dharmaha iti cha tadvidaha. Once more I will read, very interesting. Manaha iti cha manovidaha, buddhihi iti cha tadvidaha, chittam iti cha chittavidaha, dharmo cha tadvidaha. Manaha, another group of people. It can be Sankhya, it can be Lokayuta. Different types of people were lived in the time of Adi Gaudapada Acharya. And these granthas are equipped with the fallacies of those people. What did they think about their own beliefs? They thought that Manaha idija manovidaha. One who believes that mind has the capacity to do everything in the life. And they believe that Manas is the root cause for the Jagat Karanam or entire creation. Remember, this will be very helpful. Once you go to the Upanishadic studies, there only you will get the idea, because Upanishadic studies like kārikā, they bring lot of sentences glorifying the mind. And that sentence is being traced out. Manaha idija manovida. Mind has the tremendous capacity even to stop the stopwatch which is running on the wall. It is proved here in this universe, in this decade. The mind has the capacity to make it stop entire time. So here somebody says that manaha is a manovida. One who knows the mind is the essential thing for the entire creation, then they believe that manas, the mind, is the root cause for the entire creation. And there are logic. An engineer starts thinking at the night and he will draw the plan for the house which he has to construct. These ideas came out of mind. The same mind will think about the rocket and make it tomorrow. The same mind will think about some other things and they will make it. Similarly, whatever things are enjoined for the pleasure of the human being around the world, all are been created by one or another human being and which came out of the mind. So how can you deny mind is nothing? Very big question, Manaha idija manovidaha. When you know the mind has the capacity to create anything in the world, we don't go behind any creator. Manas is everything. And also, buddhihi idija buddhividaha. There are people who believe that better than mind, intellect is the main thing. Shankara has two different sentences in explaining mind and buddhi. He says mind is sankalpa vikalpa atmakam manaha. When you see a cow from a long distance, you believe that it's a donkey. And also after a period of time, when you see that it's not a one donkey, it's a two donkeys. Similarly, all the people have different types of assumptions, perceptions also. Sankalpa Vikalpa Atmagam Manaha. This is the definition for the mind given by Adi Shankara. A mind is always fluctuating, doubtful. Whether it is a donkey or a cow or a bullock or a horse, whatever it may be. When there is a doubt, it is called Manaha. Suppose you arrived at the proper conclusion, oh, it's a horse, then buddhihi idija buddhividaha. Nishchayatmika buddhi. The strong way to know the world and the experiences right from the childhood. That will help the person not to fall lot of issues. Manas and buddhi, in reality, from the standpoint of Vedanta, they are one and the same. But according to their actions, what they are performing in one's mind, they have two names. Manas buddhi, buddhi buddhi. Buddhihi. The buddhi. Manas is sankalpa vikalpatmaka manaha. Buddhihi is arriving at the correct conclusion, which will not change at all. Buddhihi. And another group of thoughts are there. Chittam idija chittavidaha. What is chittam? Whenever there is an information to be received properly, it will receive. And that information will be kept as a file. Whenever there is a need of this instruction, it will bring back. This is called chittam. Manas, when it goes behind the different things in the world, the buddhi will be always in one conclusion. When it sees something and it will tally with the things what we have seen before, and it will arrive at a correct conclusion. So here it is told here, there are people who believe their buddhi is world number one. There are people who says that manas, it is the founder of this creation, it is the creator of this entire world. Group of people are there. An engineer will say that the world was once upon a time a dream in my mind. From this mind imaginations, everything came out. That is why mind is a Manaha Brahma idi upasida. The Upanishad itself says that in the meditation portion. May your mind become Brahman for the sake of meditation. Chittam idija chitta vidaha. Manas, Buddhi, and Chittam. Chittam is the memory who can recollect everything. Whatever you get through mind and Buddhi, Chittam will make everything to keep inside your mind. It's very important. When your nutritions are down, your memory loss will happen. So, proper nutritions are essential for the good memory. So, even at the age of 80 or 90, one should take some juice and which will be helpful for nutritions are the main factors for the memory. Vitamin C, potassium, magnesium, zinc, all these things will help for the memory. Then Chittam will work. What is Chittam? Chittam is something you remind inside your mind, that faculty to remind things. When this job is done by mind, it will be called as Chittam. Whatever things are there, whatever things are to be by, everything is possible when the Chittam is there. Thus, few people think that Chittam is the creator of this entire universe, which is also an utter false. So, the intellect, the mind, the everything will fall under the realm of Anatma, which is also subtle body, Manas, Buddhi, and also Chittam. They are all subtle bodies, part of subtle bodies. And some people say that Dharma Dharmam cha tadvidaha, merits and demerits. When you get a birth in this world, you do always proper things. That is called Dharma. It's a big topic. For the sake of understanding, we are saying Dharma is called merit and the adharma is demerit. You go against the action. This is called adharma. You cannot kill any one of the animal or birds while you are living in this world because they are all connected. Without the bird's pollination, nobody can survive. Without the pollination of the tree or any other living beings, nobody can survive. Trees and the insects are very essential in survival of the human being. And to make the tree grow is a dharma. To cut the tree without its permission is called adharma. When you give some water for the puppy or the kitten, it's a great achievement in your life. You cannot give the drinking water for the entire cats in the entire world, but you can give some cats. That itself is a big thing. In order to do certain good things in one's life is not easy for the people, those who born as ordinary. They have to think or somebody should trigger them, do proper things. Next year itself will become good. Like this, somebody should help them. So here, the whole meaning will be like this. Manaha iti manavitaha. All these things are pointing towards the Brahma, Buddhist. Buddhist people believe Manaha is Satyam. Buddhihi is Satyam. Manas is Satyam and Chittam is, Chitta Dharmam is also Satyam. All these things are partial vision or pending understanding. If you come to know the reality, You will drop all these ideas. Mind is capable of making confusion. Mind is capable of making certain things embarrassing. Mind has the capacity to coordinate the things. Mind has the capacity to produce some desire, to produce the vairagya, indifference. Mind is a tremendous instrument. But that doesn't mean that mind is the ultimate cause for the creation, which is an utter wrong or false. Buddhi, intellectual capacity, is the ultimate cause for the creation, which is also false. And Chittam is the another faculty of the mind itself. When it recollect the thing which are there inside the mind, it become Chittam, memory. Memory is also not the root cause for the creation. And merits and demerits are also not the root cause for the creation. All these things are believed by group of people or different schools of people like Sankhya, Nayayika, like people. They believe all these things are the cause for the entire Jagat, which is an utter false. Any name and form is not the root cause for the creation. Whether it is Lord Shiva, whether it is Allah, whether it is Jesus, it has a form or it's a human being. It is not the root cause for the entire world. The entire world is a superposition on the supreme consciousness, and the supreme consciousness is eternal, so that it will not change into a body. Body is a superimposition. When we know the reality, our superimposition will be invisible for us, even though it is visible for the others. A wise will not be entertaining all these types of thoughts like kalam, manas, chittam, because Buddha philosophy goes with all these three. Manas is the creation for the Buddhism, buddhihi, and chitra, and chittaha. All these things are the main factors of Buddhism, and he deny everything. These things are not the cause for the creation. And he is going to say, this dharma are believed by the Mimamsakas, one who go through the first portion of Vedas. They get a dharma and adharma, and they put that dharma and adharma are the root cause for the creation. And it is also an utter false. More we are going to see in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaah Gobrahmanebhyah Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Choparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaah Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om